morning guys, welcome back to another video. I feel like I just need to come out and just say what this video is about. I'm unemployed. I'm officially, well actually I'm calling myself fun-employed because although I am unemployed in the sense I don't work for a business anymore, I am now a full-time freelancer. So I'm self-employed by me, myself and I. So I'm just gonna call myself fun-employed because I feel like the work that I'm gonna be doing, it's not real work, like it's not a real job. You guys know I've been working so hard. I've shed many tears over the last year because I wasn't happy in the job that I was doing, my admin job, and I've been working so blimmin' hard to become a full-time Pilates instructor, and that's currently my reality, which I actually cannot believe I'm saying. Like, I have shed so many tears, I've worked so hard, I've wanted this for so long and so bad. So the fact that like I'm now just starting to live the life that I've been working for, it's honestly mind-blowing. Like, we moved out, I quit my job, I'm starting Pilates full-time. Like, the fact that I've made this happen, I don't think is quite set in. And although yesterday was my first day of my new life, it was a little bit here and there, so I thought, you know what, today I'm like fully committing to my new routine and I'm gonna spend it with you guys and film what I'm gonna be getting up to today. So I didn't have to get out of bed as early. That was great. I mean, I was still up at like 6 AM because my body just naturally wakes up at that time. And I don't want to change that because when I teach in the mornings, I need to be up at 5 AM. So I still want to keep my body in the routine of waking up between like 6 and 6:30, even when I'm off. And it is now 7:30. I have had my morning coffee. I've gotten ready, well, I said I've gotten ready for the day. Still in my PJs, but you know, brushed back the eyebrows, curled the lashes, put a little bit of concealer on the big fat volcano on the side of my nose. And I've started to get back into manifesting because I have not done this in so long, since probably like nearly a month ago now, but I really want to get back into it. And I always had like imagined when we moved out, I was going to wake up early, I was going to come into the living room, I was going to manifest and then go out for the day and So yes, getting back into that this morning, and I'm gonna go off to the gym. I am teaching this evening, so I've basically just got like the whole day free until this evening. So it's gonna be interesting to see how I decide to spend my day. Obviously, I need to go to the gym and I've got so much editing to catch up with, but it's just gonna be so much fun. Like, I'm not working to the evening, I'm only working for 3 hours. Like, it's really not that bad. I mean, I'll be gone for about 4 to 5, but yeah, I just cannot believe that this is my life. So hello, welcome to a day in my new life, and let's go do it. I'm currently sweating because it's so hot outside, but let's go get ready for the gym, head to the gym and see how we get on with a slightly later in the morning workout. Hopefully I've got more energy. Gym OTD shorts are Elevate Gymshark shorts, my absolute faves. Top is from Primark. I've then also just got on a plain black Stax sports bra. And then I always get so many questions about my shoes. They're from On Cloud or On Running, don't know what you call them, to be honest. They don't do these exact ones anymore, but I think they do loads of like similar ones. So if you want them, they are expensive, but I've literally worn these pretty much every day for the last year and they still seem really, really good. I'm currently deciding if I want to take pre-workout for the gym. I normally do, and normally that is the first thing that I consume during the day, which I know is probably not good for me. And I mean, the first thing I consumed today was coffee anyway, so again, probably not great for me. But I've always seen so much about how women shouldn't actually work fasted, and I always have, purely just because I'm a morning workout girly and I don't have much of an appetite in the morning. However, the other day, I was bougie from M&S. I bought these sweet and salty rice cakes, which are actually really nice, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna have one, oopsies, every morning before I work out and just see if it makes a difference. So part of me's like, should I just snack on this and give it its 100% chance without the pre-workout? Because my goal, it's crumbling everywhere. My goal for next year, like obviously I'm currently in a calorie deficit. I'm trying to build as much muscle as I possibly can. So getting in my protein is obviously really important. But the goal for next year is to swap to as many whole foods as physically possible. I want to stop having sweetener. Pepsi Max is allowed though. I want to stop having like protein powder and protein yogurts. Like, I want to get my protein from whole foods. I probably can't have these when I'm eating whole foods, can I? Whole grain brown rice cakes though. Maybe they're allowed. But then obviously that will cut out pre-workout. So Let's see if this makes any difference. I'm gonna snack on it as I head downstairs and let's go to the gym. I'll try and film as much as I can, but when I was at the gym on Monday, it was so busy. Workout has been all done, but I need to stop off and grab some petrol on my way home because I'd rather grab it now than have to leave earlier this afternoon for work. But hopefully I should be home by 10, have some breakfast and then figure out what needs to be done. Honestly, it feels so weird not having to like rush home. Yeah, like I couldn't imagine it. So many options. Thinking back to waitress, like it's really not great, but what the flat does. Breakfast is all cooked. This was the first time cooking bacon my new air fryer. I'm not sure if I cooked it for too long. It's very, very crispy, but I've just had the greatest realization. Obviously, because I'm not working, I don't need to constantly hotspot my phone. So I actually get to watch some YouTube today. That's honestly so exciting. I mean, our Wi-Fi is meant to be working, but I think we're just having some issues with it. And I'm hoping that they're gonna sort it out today. I'm so intrigued to find out when this new lifestyle is gonna feel like normal. I think it's gonna take a good few months because obviously it's currently the middle of August for me. Don't know when this video is going live. Like I'm just currently just filming everything and anything and trying to upload as much as possible. But I have the next few weeks of doing part-time Pilates, and then in September I'm increasing my hours and doing full-time. So I feel like the next few weeks I'm gonna feel like I'm just floating. I don't really know what's going on. And obviously come September, we're gonna be getting into the routine, but then we go on holiday and then it's like, I don't know, like I just feel like it's gonna be so strange. And maybe it's just one of those things that won't ever feel like is real life because I'm just so, hopefully, fingers crossed, happy with what I'm doing. It also feels so strange because if you guys have been here for a long time, then back in 2019 I was fully self-employed. I just did social media as a job, and it kind of feels like I've gone back in time but also forward in time because we're in our own flat, I'm living on my own, but I've like gone back to being self-employed. I just don't know how to explain everything, and I feel like this is gonna be one of those vlogs where I'm just like talking to you guys like you're my therapist because I'm trying to just process everything. But my laptop has 2 minutes left on its update, and then I think I've got one video that I was editing last night that I'd like to get done. And that's another thing, yesterday I was editing at like 9 p.m, which normally when I was working my 9 to 5 I would like have a cut off for me not working in the evening because I wanted to have an evening. But now where I work for myself, I was like chilling at lunchtime and then I could work in the evening, and yeah, it's just so strange. But as I was saying, I've got one video I need to finish editing, and then I have a whole other video I would like to get edited, and then I also have some content I need to get done for the sofa club, for our sofa. So I'd like to A, start planning that content, and B, start obviously like rolling it out and yeah, sending that all over by Friday. I'm just really happy sat here. I hate it in here. It's I have just been editing away. I haven't managed to do both videos yet. I finished one, it's now 12 o'clock, and I think I'm gonna make myself some lunch because obviously I need to leave here at like 4:15ish, maybe like 4:15, 4:30. So I need to have a pretty early dinner. So I'm gonna make myself an earlier lunch than what I would usually have. I'm just gonna make myself a turkey pitta, and whilst I'm waiting for my pitta to toast, I'm gonna put away all of the washing. Anyone else who works from home and has a partner that doesn't work from home, do you not just feel like when they get home from work, your home just has to be nice, clean and tidy? Otherwise, I do feel like he would come in and be like, what on earth have you done all day? Like, could you not even be bothered to put away all the clean washing? I'm also considering maybe having a little bit of a nap, or not even like a nap, just like close my eyes because they are feeling quite tired. I think that's from looking at a screen though, and I hope it isn't tiredness, otherwise it's going to be a very long evening for me. I do fear that I have been stuck on the sofa in the same position since the last time I spoke to you guys, but I've managed to get on to the final video that I wanted to edit. But it is now 2:25, so I want to get out on a walk. I'm not going to go for too long. I'm hoping I won't be any more than like 10 to 15 minutes, but I'm just feeling a little bit tired, a little bit groggy, and I feel like a bit of fresh air, a bit of oxygen into the lungs will do me a world of good. But I was literally on my way out, and then the postman turned up and I got a little parcel that I thought we could open up together. It's from the White Company, so I'm just wondering who has spent too much money on sending us things. Stop it, sorry. I dropped to the bottom of the note. It says congratulations on your first home, guys. Lots of love, Amber, Dan, and Freddie. I literally cannot. P.S. I had to get you this because to this day, this is my most used house gift. Oh my god, wait. Is it the same as what I got them? I really did not need to do this. They've literally got a whole child to pay for. More oil. Oh my gosh, it is what I think it is. So when Amber and Dan moved out, I got them this electronic diffuser, and Amber's always said how much she loved it, and now she's got me one for when we've moved out. That is honestly so, oh my god, they did not have to do that. This is, oh my god, I need to message her. She did not need to do that. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited. I'm like, I need to get it set up now, but I need to go out for my walk. I have just gotten myself ready. Obviously went on my walk. It was about a 16-minute walk, kind of like, I say around the block. I don't know if it's a block, but I just did like a big fat loop and came back, feel a lot better, a little bit more awake than what I was before. And then I just quickly had a shower, just popped on a tiny bit of makeup. But it's 3:15 now, and I'm gonna start making dinner just because I've got nothing else to do. And I really, like, I have more editing to do, but I don't want to do it because I don't want to make myself feel sleepy, and editing just makes me so tired. So for dinner tonight, we are having a lovely chicken sausage pasta salad, which is a really good meal to have when I'm teaching in the evenings, because I obviously make mine and Aiden's food, and then I just can put it in some Tupperware for him, and then when he gets home, it's cold, he doesn't have to reheat it, it's already done for him. And all you need is some pasta, some salady bits. I was gonna say broccoli. Our lettuce keeps on going brown in our fridge. I don't know why, and I literally opened this up today, and the other bag's already going brown, so I don't know. I'm keeping them in the drawer. I always thought this was called a salad crisper, so why is it not crisping my salad and my vegetables? But that's a topic of conversation for another day. And then I've got loads of these Heck chicken sausages in the freezer because my mum found so many of them reduced down to £1.57. So I took these out yesterday and they've been defrosting, some Peronaise, and then I just like to bulk up my Peronaise with Greek yogurt because obviously calorie deficit. And to be honest, it's actually a really good way to bulk up any like dressings that you're doing. It's just adding a bit of Greek yogurt and it's a little bit more protein, which you can never complain about. But let's get this on the go and make my dinner. It may be 3:40, but I'm about to eat my dinner. And yes, I'm eating out of a bowl bigger than my head because I like to combine my pasta salad and make sure the sauce is equally on every single bite. And it's just easier to put it in a big fat bowl, or you can do the Tupperware trick where you put it in Tupperware, pop on the lid, give it a big old shake. But I decided to opt for the bowl because then I don't have to do more washing up. I clearly am coming into a new chapter of life because I do not know the last time that I actually had squash, but Aiden loves a bit of squash, so we've got orange and mango, and I thought that sounds kind of nice. You know, I may as well treat myself seeing as I'm having to sit in silence, because I got a notification today to say that I've used up 95 gigabytes out of 100 of my data. So I've only got like 5 left to last me the next couple of days. So I'm literally, I don't even know how fast I burn through data. Like, is it because I've been hotspotting watching YouTube? Is it because obviously I've been working? Like, I don't know. So I'm petrified to even scroll on TikTok. But at least I've got a giant bowl of pasta salad to keep me company. I'm not too sure why I've turned this into like a time-stamped afternoon evening routine, but it's currently 16:18. I'm just quickly having my Greek yogurt with lemon curd and a meringue before I leave, just to finish off on something sweet. I'm gonna shove this down me. I think it's gonna take me about 35 minutes to get to the studio, just because of like general traffic and stuff. Normally it's a little bit quicker. And yeah, then we're gonna go for an evening of teaching. I normally use the same class plan for the same week. Like, I'll teach what I taught yesterday, but if I have people in the classes, because we do have a lot of regulars who came in yesterday, then I normally just like swap out a few exercises just to make it interesting for them, change the footwork at the beginning, and hopefully they don't mind it too much. But I really like this week's class plan and the flow. It's given like mat Pilates but on the reformer. I always aim to get to the studio anywhere between like 30 to 20 minutes before class starts. I just like to be here. I like to set up the studio and not feel like I'm in a rush, even though like I taught my flow yesterday, I know exactly what I'm doing, because clients also start showing up at around about 20 past, so I've got about 14 minutes until they come in. What are we doing? Good, adding a shoulder bridge. Cool. I've got a basic class today, which is obviously basics, taking things slower, lots of rests in between. And then we have a power class, which is like your typical Pilates class. And then finally we end off with strong, which you use like heavier springs. Well, it depends on the exercise, obviously, but heavier springs, more resistance. And you can also like, I normally wouldn't use weights, like extra weights in power, but I pop them into strong. I'm trying to think what we could use anything extra with. I guess with their lunges, instead of the ball, they could probably hold on and do like hammer curls, bicep curls, tricep extensions and stuff. Sounds good to me, sounds like torture. I've also got on some new grip socks, although I do always walk around in my Crocs just because I think it's better for the posture, for the knees and everything. But my socks are from a brand called Grip and Flow. I honestly love them. They're such nice thick socks. Like, I've had so many grip socks and you can see your toes through them, and I literally hate that. But I'm actually an ambassador for Grip and Flow, so look them up on Instagram, look them up on Google. You can use my code Talia10, not sponsored, promise. But yeah, you get 10% discount off your grip socks. But anyway, I'm gonna set up the studio and I'll probably come back at the end of the classes because it's like go, go, go from here. And just like that, we are all finished. I'm just currently sorting out the studio. There's actually someone singing outside. I've already done all the reformers. To be fair, my Wednesday evening girls always help me out on getting all the boxes back up, put on all the springs, rings it up. I just need to take all of my, I just like seem to hold so many things in the shelves when I am teaching. I've also left on my cute little smelly thing so it doesn't smell in the morning. AC is off. I've had lots of lovely compliments on my class this week, which I feel like is probably like the biggest compliment as a Pilates instructor, is people saying they love your class, which is good because I am back again tomorrow doing some extra cover because your gal needs as much money as she can get right now. But I think I'm literally gonna go for a pee, and then I stop at my mum's because she says she's got us some sandwiches and stuff. So I'm gonna stop off there and grab our sandwiches, and I think she said she's got some like overnight oats. I think she must have gone to M&S and got some reduced bits.